Oh. There we go. Game wasn't showing up, but now it is. Hello. Heights is here with the fluffy hat. Very fluff. Hello. Ready? Everybody do some looking and studying.
Oh, I need to... You're really quiet. I don't know if that's me or you.
I mean...
No, it's me.
Okay.
What was that now?
Did everybody do some studying?
I studied.
Do we know what's our, what's our, order for... God, my brain's frying. H1, M1, M2, or H1, T1, T2, H2. Is that...
Are you talking about, like, the spreads, pairs stuff?
Yeah,
yeah, we've done that.
Yeah, but what is our order? Like, who's H1? Rory? Yeah, and then T1 is Chrono. Yeah, okay, so Rory, Chrono, Alvis. Got it. That'll come up later.
Portraits.
Oh yeah, I forgot to change mine. Let me swap the glamours. That just matters for tanks and healers for basically figuring out who goes to what platform.
Right.
Only the middle two platforms, though. The north and south platforms are, like, all the way north, all the way south are just set. The plus goes north, the X goes south.
By the way, if you're not the horizontal tether as a DPS, can you be going either north or south, depending on the platforms, or is it always, like, south or something?
Hmm?
For the DPS tethers during that mechanic? if you're not the horizontal person, is it always one direction, or can it be north and south that you have to like bend it in?
I mean, you will always go to the northmost or southmost. You'll be further from the center line on depending on which platform is safe, but like the second platform in this column could be safe, but also the third platform in this column could be safe. So
Yeah.
so if it's
Oh, so there could be a case where there's no horizontal at all.
no, there's always a horizontal.
Oh,
The one whatever the ones that are close to the center line are just going to be horizontal.
Either way,
Heyo.
that's probably something we can figure out a little later.
Yeah.
That's not where we're at right now. Tail and Manny need to eat.
But I only have 253 baked eggplant.
You poor thing.
Actually, now that I think about it, those potions cost me way less than 200 because I bought 250 eggplant and 1,000 potions.
That I might become divinity manifest.
How's it going, Diggs?
You're like the MMO equivalent of like an extreme couponer.
Well, it's just that I made 55 million today in like 30 minutes, so because I ran V12 twice.
Oh, you were doing mercenary stuff, I see.
Group North, Tank South, Boss is right. We're staying, and then we swap after the second. Stay. Swap. Alright. Stretch tethers, remember the priority. Ports start at A and go clockwise, DPS start at A and go counter. North corners are going to have light towers, south corners are going to have dark towers. Out on the west, in on the east. And raid wide. Alright, super chain.
I can res.
These chains are forged from the fabric of creation.
It's gonna be in and spread. In and spread. Right, and we're taking, check your debuffs. Red right, light left, lasers flipped. In
I don't
first,
think I got hit by a laser.
then out.
How the fuck am I alive? Okay.
You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
Are there people that need a recap on that?
So that one looked like we had,
Go for it, Manny.
we had a light laser, or red, sorry, the red laser was on the, was like middle. Okay. And I'm not sure who died. Yes, they are debuffs.
Yeah, I definitely didn't get hit by a laser in my light line, but that could have been me a little bit out of alignment.
I'm just trying to figure out. So, okay, so Amet died. Alvis died. And but neither one was the tower. So, red tower should have been dropped properly, but it wasn't.
I definitely don't feel like I dropped my tower correctly either. Towers are dropped like north of the group, right?
No. Towers are literally, so
Off to the side?
you can literally almost use the markers as the spots, essentially. So, like, if the orb's at 3, literally just go left and right, and you can kind of just use...
So, like, if I was light tower, which I was last time, I'd be here.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
It's not exact, but that area.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be precise.
Yeah. Because, like, these markers, the B is further from 3 than C is, so, like... These markers also, we could just change them. Oh, these are the only ones I have. Yes, these are. The same ones, but worse.
What are you trying to do here?
I was just seeing if I had them, if I had any other markers.
I see.
I've got tons of different sets, but just across different characters. So.
Show me your all, that I might become divinity manifest!
Yeah, so the towers just drop literally left and right of the thing. People who had lasers and need to soak towers just kind of hang out like in the center or slightly
Where people were stacking.
like
You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
boss is right,
Yeah.
group south, tanks north. We stay, and then we swap at the end. Stay. Swap. I'm sacking.
I got Chrono.
Mitigate
I
Albus.
can't
Mitigate
kill on kill.
Albus.
Got all this.
Alright. Tether stretch. Check your debuffs. Like odds are
Whoa!
towers. Dark towers were on evens. So we had a light tower not in the right spot.
Yeah, Albus moved to me at the very last second there.
I thought we had a light tower at 1 though.
I believe I was a light tether there, and I think
Yeah, it
Manny
was
was
odds.
there with the
Odds
dark
were
tower.
light tower, evens were dark towers. DPS also just start at A and go counterclockwise because it doesn't. I mean, you can either say DPS start at 1 and go counterclockwise and support start at 2, or just both start at A, because it's never A. Based on the quadrants.
No such thing. Go for it.
What's up?
It's probably just like a stupid assumption, but let's say that like is there ever like a chance with I don't really know how to fucking phrase it, but that some of the same colored towers, like let's say that light ends up at 2 and 3 and it's support on both of those, just hypothetically, right?
No, one support will basically 2 supports will get towers, and 1 of each color will be on those supports.
Okay.
It will never
So
be
never-
2 lights on support, 2 lights on, or 2 darks on DPS or something like that.
Okay.
It's always
I
1 and 1.
wasn't- Alright, I wasn't aware
No,
that
that's
was
totally
possible.
fine. That's totally
that's-
fine.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask if that was the case, like if it was cryo or whatever, but so as long as it's alternating, then that's fine. Thank you.
Reposition for that, honestly, is just be kind of close to the center, and you're fine. But yeah, like, if you technically want to be direct center of every possible place you would go, supports would be like southeast, and DPS would be southwest, because that would be like the dead center of possible places you could run. But you really should have time.
You know, just kind of like imagine a triangle between C and the center and B or whatever. Maybe that's not a good way of thinking about it, actually.
No, that is. I mean, it is. If you stand in the center of that triangle, that is the shortest possible run to any of your possible locations.
Fucking making a proof for the postman's problem for raid.
Don't want to talk about proofs.
Show me your all, that I might become
Hated those
divinity
things. That wasn't
manifest.
math.
That's the purest math right there.
From nothing I mold life. You
Root
cannot
north,
escape my
think
eternal
south, boss is
gaze.
right. And we stay and stay. We don't have to move. Hooray. Technically, Albus, if you stand right here, it's the closest to the 3 spots you might have to run. Light towers are on odd numbers. Dark towers are on even numbers.
Dodge angels. Oh.
Yep, that's all good.
Show me your all, that I might become divinity manifest. From nothing I mold life. You cannot
Move north,
escape my
think
eternal
south, boss
gaze.
is right. Then we stay. And then we swap at the end. Stay. Swap.
Shit.
Fetch tethers, check your debuffs. Two and 3 are light towers, 1 and 4 are dark.
Was that... Did I fuck up there?
There should have been a dark tower at 4. I had a dark tower, so one of the supports had a dark tower and didn't take it to 4.
I'm just having a lot of trouble figuring out how to know which one I'm going to. Is it just always evens for me?
Nope. It
No.
can be 2, 3, or 4.
It's 2, 3, or 4.
That I might become
It's whatever
divinity
one is the
manifest.
first in that order that has a person with the opposite color tether standing there.
Hence why we recommended kind of positioning like here-ish.
From nothing, I mold
The,
life.
Specifically, you have to look for the person in the quadrant with the opposite color
You
tether.
cannot escape my
There might be
eternal
one of them.
gaze.
Alright, tanks north, group south, bosses left. Then we stay. And we stay. We don't move. Tethers and towers. It's odd numbers, light towers, even numbers, dark towers.
I don't have a tower, we're gonna die.
There should have been a light tower at 3.
Show me your all, that I might become divinity manifest. From nothing, I mold life. You
Group
cannot
north,
escape
tank
my
south.
eternal gaze.
Bosses left. And we switch sides and stay. Switch and stay. Trick to this one is you'll never move more than once on the first one. So if there's a swap, then you don't move after the swap.
Got all this. I can get it queued for Chrono.
Chrono shouldn't die.
Okay.
Stretch tethers and look at debuffs. 1 and 2 are light towers. 3 and 4 are dark towers. Needed a dark tower over by 3, but it looks like Plum
I think I
fixed it.
saved it.
Yep, so we're going to continue.
Got Chrono.
That tank buster needs to be provoke and provoke back. Here we remote that.
These chains are forged from the
Chain.
fabric of creation.
Gonna be in and buddies. In and buddies. On your buddy. Going to the left, check your debuffs. Red right, light left. Lasers, flip that. Okay, we were missing a laser.
We got both.
It's out, then in. Yep, that was the red laser needed to be on the left side.
You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
Okay.
That's fine. That's like the hardest debuff to get.
Nope. Laser is just a laser debuff.
How do you tell what? I'm asking this question before I even fucking understand the one before it. How do you tell what is going to be where the lasers are going, left or right?
What do you mean? Sorry.
For
So the
chain.
red laser goes left, light laser goes right.
Oh, okay, that is a change.
Yeah, it's so it's flipped from so light
The
goes
regular
left
rule, yeah.
except for the laser. Light laser goes opposite. So it's light everything left except laser goes right. Red everything right except laser goes left. Because you need to shoot the people who have light with the dark laser. And you need to shoot the people who have dark with the light laser.
Okay.
Yeah, the people who don't have tower or laser will have 2 debuffs. One that's just like a color assignment, that they have to be hit by the opposite, as well as the actual debuff they have to spread with.
Yeah, and that usually means just like heading like back away from
Nope,
people.
everybody has an assigned position. It is the 2 ranged players with spreads go back and they stay left or right based on if they were red or light or
Yeah, I think I'm only remembering my job there.
Yep.
As a
And then
ranged
the
person.
melee go through the boss's hitbox to the opposite side of the boss, left
Makes
if they were
sense.
light and right if they were red. Once you have done your red or your right or left for on the second orb, you stay on that left or right spread you did for the rest of the mechanic, whether that be soaking a tower, dropping a tower, or spreading.
And it's the lasers people who have to stand in the tower afterward, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So they can't stand near where the tower is dropped. So they have to be, if it's out then in, they can stand in and just wait in the middle until the towers are dropped. Or if it's in then out, they can go in and then they can run into the boss's hitbox and be like middle of the 2 tower drop locations, but like in the hitbox.
Because you don't have a lot of time.
And then they go to their tower locations, yes. The instant the drop happens, you need to be in that tower. But if you're
Within,
there
like,
beforehand,
A second or 2.
if you're there beforehand, you can't soak the tower because the hit from the tower dropping will swap your element, which makes you
And will
ineligible.
kill you, yeah.
Well, it's
And
not
probably
even that it
kill
kills you,
everyone else, I
it makes it
imagine.
so you don't resolve the tower, so then the tower explodes.
Yeah.
You had tower but thought you were laser. Okay. Yeah, I can check what people had after the poll. If you're curious what you had, just ask and I can check. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm using too.
Oh. The sim has all the super chain theories on it now.
Nice. I'll be honest, I don't really see the point since the fight is 7 minutes long. So, like, it's not like you make it that
I think
far.
it'll save us a tiny bit of time, just like getting there. You know,
Yeah, I suppose we
would
could do-
skip all the tethers. I think it would be worth it if we're having trouble with this. But let's keep going for now. We can talk about that later.
Show me your all, that I might become divinity manifest. From nothing I mold life.
Hello.
You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
Thanks, North. Group South, bosses left. We're staying. And then we are staying. Stay the whole time. Chrono alive. Bonk. Now stretch tethers, check debuffs. I'll try and call where the towers need to be, but try and solve it on your own. Just use the call as a way to double check. One and 2 have light towers, 3 and 4 have dark towers. Dark towers. In on the west, out on the east. North. Somebody didn't soak a tower.
What were we missing there?
The southeast tower didn't get soaked. So the tower at 3.
It could have been a wrong tower too.
No, the towers
Do
got
we know
dropped. The towers got dropped in the right spot.
I see.
Hold on one sec. Alvis. And it was a dark tower, right? Yeah. Unfortunately, it looks like you did not get the soak.
In time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the second your laser goes off.
Yep. That's why I cry whenever a Met drops it out of melee range, because I can't use my Star Diver there or I'll leave the tower.
Show me your all, that I might become divinity manifest!
Huh.
From nothing I mold life.
I got you.
Alright, group north, tank south, bosses right. We switch after the first one, then stay. Switch and stay. Stretch tethers, check debuffs.
Yeah, I am actually lagging very, very badly.
Okay. Fortunately, you got a tether. It's okay. Evens, dark towers, odds, light towers. We can survive. I'll die, but
Got tail as well. Just
so
focus on
Alvis, you
healing
should have
this.
been on 1 there, or 2 there. Alright, Tank Buster, provoke, and provoke back.
These chains are forged from the fabric of creation.
Out and buddies. We're going to the right. Check your debuffs. Red right, light left. Lasers flip that. Then out, then in. Then it's fucked because of the.
I did that tower
You
right then?
cannot escape my
You were light
eternal
tower?
gaze.
Yeah.
Yes, you did it. The dark tower killed people because I had it and I died. Yes.
So during that time when the towers drop, from what I remember looking at a guide, DPS have like a spread thing going on, right?
I mean, whoever isn't dropping
DPS
tower,
do.
it's either DPS or support have a spread thing going on. It's whoever has tower goes to just left and right of the out and in to drop tower. Whoever
Right.
had lasers stay and wait for the towers, then move to them. And the 4 other people who didn't do those jobs spread out ranged players go back towards the corner and left/right, depending on if they were light or dark. Like, if it was at 3, and you were the left ranged, you would go like here for the spread. And if you were the right ranged, you would go like here for the spread.
Right, I'm aware. It's just I wanted to double check because since people had died, I think I got one of those spreads.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes. When people die, the whole basically
It's just kind of, yeah.
the spreads
Go on, I'm sorry.
shouldn't jump, but but anything else does. So once like a tower person or a laser dies, the whole mechanic's fucked.
Right. Just want to make sure.
So you have to look in the quadrant of the arena at 2, and look for a person that is stretching a tether out over there. And if they are the same color as your debuff, then skip that and look at 3. And just do that until you find the person with the opposite color tether from your debuff. I want to be very clear that you can't just look for a tether color. You have to look for the person stretching the tether over there and see the tether that they have, because each quadrant might have one of each tether in it. You only care about the one that is attached to a player.
From nothing, I mold life.
You can also follow the arrows on the tether if you want.
You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
Tanks north, group south, bosses right, then we stay, and then we stay. We don't move.
Love it.
This is the perfect path. Alright, stretch tethers. Debuffs. Look at the color of your debuff. Find the player with the opposite color tether to your debuff. Right? Evens are light, odds are dark. So towers, in on the west, out on the east. Down. Tank busters next. It's a tank swap. Super chain.
These chains are forged from the fabric of creation.
Out and spread. Then we're going to the right. Check your debuffs. Red right, light left. Lasers flip that. Alright, in, then out, in, then out.
Not sure why all this
Drop
side
towers. Good job.
Oh, good work.
Boss is right. Boss is right. Check the facing. The boss will never be facing a normal direction. We stay, and then we swap
She's
at the
not
end.
tricking you this time.
Stay, and then swap. All right, now it's either party in and tanks out, or tank party out and tanks in. Stacked. We have to be stacked.
I can get rid.
Right, raid wide. And then it will be Paradigma 3. So this
I'm
4
out of mana.
platforms are going to drop. All I care about is let's get everybody on the right platforms. Supports, if you get a plus, go to the far north safe platform. If you get an X debuff, go to the far south safe platform. If you don't have one of those 2 debuffs and you have a tower debuff, you need to go to the west or east middle platforms. DPS, stretch your tethers out. And there's going to be a tower on each platform that needs to be soaked.
I don't know if I aimed that laser correctly.
I don't care about that. All I care about is whether we all went to the right place. Amet was on the east platform. Alvis went to the west platform. Rona was north. Ruri was south. Okay, so Knights was not correct. Okay, so Knights was the only person who didn't go to the right platform. So the fact is, everybody went to the right platform, regardless of the fact that I was literally just shouting instructions at you. So good job. Assuming, Chrono, you were north. Did you have the plus or the X?
The plus.
Okay, so then yes, and Ruryu had the X. Okay. All right, so awesome. That's the hardest part of that mechanic, is figuring out, is getting to those initial positions and soaking the towers that are there. The 4 supports, when you get to your tower or get to your platform, there will be a tower on it that you need to soak. Yeah. Do we want to try and see that a few more times, or do we want to talk about it now? Because I know we had, we're not clean on super chains, so
I would rather see it a few more times.
so okay, let's keep
Yeah.
pulling then. We'll talk about that more in a little bit.
Sorry, real quick. I know for later, but just to review, I remember how you were talking about the prio or something.
Yes, okay,
or
so-
the other support go west or east. Was it H1, T1?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
it's
That's what I
so
heard.
Rory, you will always be, if you don't have a plus or an X, you'll always be on one of the whatever wet platform in the middle is west.
Right.
Amet will always be east. Tanks will flex, so Alvis will always be west unless Rory is the other person with the tower, in which case Alvis, Chrono will always be west unless Rory has the tower as well. And Alvis will always be east unless Amet has the tower, which is what happened that time.
Okay. I
We
just wanted to
are,
make
Serena.
sure. Thank you.
Do they not do Light Party? Do they do T1, T2, H1, H2? I mean, yeah, if this is the pace spin, this is what we're doing. Yeah. That is what we are doing. All right. Tether stretchers. I know we won't go too much into it, but the initial positions just to survive that. Tether stretchers. The person who is stretching their tether basically straight east or west has to be, so pretend this is the line right here where I am. And say you're stretching from west to east and you're the straight tether. You don't stand here. You have to stand here, like in this far, or you will get blasted by the other straight laser that's going the other direction, and then you'll die, and then it'll be a wipe. So both straight lasers have to be about this far in. The crossed laser literally just goes like this, like they can be up against the wall. But if you're middle line, you have to be this far in, or you're dead. Don't worry about the support that's in the tower behind you. It is their responsibility to not get lasered by you. It is not your responsibility to not laser them. Because you literally can't stand anywhere but here or you die. Alright. Plum needs a second. Questions about Super Chain 1 so that we can practice it more. Anybody? Yep. I figure. I'll pretty much, Serena, when we have to spread through the boss, I will pretty much always backflip through. So, I mean, spread is on it. Melee spread is the easiest one because we literally have the entire other half of the arena to be on. Like, we have more space than fucking God to deal with for melee spread. You just run through the hitbox and yeah. If I see you coming my way, I will avoid you. I'm actually going to change these. I hate these markers. I'm going to fucking just do the ones that I'm used to, because I think they're better. Literally, actually, wait, sorry. It's not that. It's the east and west need to come in. It's the problem. Is it? I don't know. I think this is it. If it's not, I'll change it next time. But basically, if I'm right about this, then literally you just you'll just drop your, oh, you know what? No, it's the center of these things. Okay, hold on.
So sorry, I'm back. Is everyone there?
Yeah, I'm just changing the markers a bit because I prefer them like this. Basically, because the markers, if you do them like this, at least for like the melee buddies or spread, if it's out, the marker to your left and right is literally the distance you need to be out. Like, it's a big out though, but there's no like
That's convenient.
You won't fuck it up like if you're farther than you need to be. Being farther is fine. What?
Yeah.
Did I just move 4 back? What happened? Okay, there we go. On is far enough, maybe a step or 2 out. Yeah, like, yeah, this distance is, I believe it's essentially like right from the 4, it's like right here is the distance you need to be out. It's pretty hefty. Yeah, let's keep seeing it, and yeah, Chrono, if you're looking for me, I'll basically always go to the marker. That's to the left of the thing, if it's out.
Okay.
Assuming I put these markers correctly, but I will know that the next time we see the mechanic.
Gotta do everything around here.
I mean, why aren't you like that other black mage where you're timing the countdown with your mana ticks?
I'm a scrub.
Oh, because you're a red mage, actually, that's why.
That too.
I was working on optimizing this fight on Dragoon, and I hate how, like, I can't drift. I jump by of a second.
Let me tell you, Red Mage optimization is so much harder than I thought it was going
Group
to be.
north, tank south, bosses left. Then we stay, then we switch. So stay first. Okay. And switch. Stretch tethers, check debuffs. I will try to call out where the things, use that as a way to double check yourself, but focus on it yourself as well. Okay, it's gonna be 1 and 4 light towers, 2 and 3 dark towers. Soak towers. Out on the west, in on the east. North if you want to see where the angels are. Good job. Tank busters. Do the little switch and switch. Alright, super chain.
These chains are forged from the fabric of creation.
It's in and buddies. Then we're going to the right, check your debuff. Red right, light left, lasers, flip that. Both lasers went in, then out.
In, out. Oh, that timing is evil. Okay.
You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
That was a red laser went right.
Yep.
Does the person who had it know what happened or check? See. Serena, you were a spread.
Everyone usually has two.
Nope, only the people who have spread have to.
Oh.
Yes. You will have a second after you've been lasered, but when you start, you'll only have two if
That's
you
what
are
I'm
the
thinking
spread.
of. Yeah.
So once you've been lasered, you will have a element. So it looks like light laser was on Ruri, and that was on the right side, so that was correct. That means support, so one of the... so Alvis had red laser. Alvis needed to be on the left side, so that's what happened. Yep. It's all good. I'm not looking to see who had it to be rude or mean. I am just looking because the best thing we can do is make sure when we get it wrong, we know we got it wrong and we don't just gloss over it.
Yeah, that's the hardest job in that mechanic.
Yep. It is split support DPS though, so like, would it help if I said that like supports are spreading and DPS mechanics, or the other way around? Like, I cranked the shit out of my debuff size for this fight. I really recommend it, especially until you are used to it. Because you're gonna need that in phase 2 as well. You're gonna need to be able to see your debuffs, so I very much recommend. Good shit. Yeah, when I was learning this fight, I had all of my debuffs turned up to 200%. I have since reduced them a bit, but...
Show me your all, that I might become
If it helps, I will
divinity
try to
manifest.
call DPS spread support mechanics or support spread DPS mechanics. Mechanics means lasers and towers.
From nothing I mold life. You cannot
Tanks
escape
north,
my
DPS
eternal
south.
gaze.
Bosses left. Group south. And stay. And stay. The perfect pattern. Gonna get bonks. Bonk. Stretch tethers, check debuffs. Odds are light towers, evens are dark towers.
That one was me.
I mean, I think there were a
Give
couple.
me
There were a
just a
couple
minute.
things. Okay.
Give me just
So
a minute. I really need to go. Sorry.
it's okay. Amet's lost internet apparently. Yeah. So the support with dark tower. Oh no, you're back. Never mind. You just were pokeballing. There needed to be a dark tower at 2, meaning whatever support had dark tower was at 4 when they should have been at 2. And then I don't know if something else happened as well. I think I saw Serena running from 4 to 1. You should have realized what? I mean, 3 was correct. 3, the person at 3 went to the right spot, so you going to 3 wouldn't have helped anything.
I'm confused. So, wait, Esther, why did you say you should have... Because... Right, so if you were 1 first, I would have went to 4.
What color was your tower, Serena?
I had light debuff, so I went to the dark
So you
spot.
should have been at
Dark
1.
Yeah. Okay, I thought I was wrong, so...
Yeah. I like this little outfit. It's not my normal one, but I like this hat. The outfit? It's nothing. It's just comfy. It's gambler's pants, casual jacket. Obviously Moogle arms and Moogle feet. Because, let's be honest, that's the only way to be. I wish they would stop making all of my spears tiny. This is how long a spear should be. But Talltale, with either the tome or the raid weapon this tier, looks like I'm holding like a short sword. It's like they're so small. Yeah, Your sword is longer than Talltail's spear. Like, I don't think they'd look bad on this character, but they don't scale with the size of my character, so that's the problem. But it doesn't make sense to have a spear that is shorter than, like, my arm's reach on Talltail.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's... My wingspan is longer than the spear.
For Lalafell, yeah.
Show me your all, that I might become
If I ever go back to Eureka, I really want that, like, tiny elemental lance. I love that shit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that one is longer than the one, both the tomb and raid weapon this tier.
Really?
From nothing, I mold life.
Group south, tanks north, bosses left. Stay. And stay. No moving. Alright. Feathers and towers. Stretch and check your debuffs. Whoop.
Can get Chrono in a sec. Okay, good.
Okay, 1 and 2 are light towers, 3 and 4 are dark. So towers, in on the west, out on the east. Alright, super chain.
Got Chrono. Okay, good.
These chains are forged from the fabric of creation.
Out and buddies. Out and buddies. Then we go left, check your debuffs. Light left, red right, lasers, flip. Out first, then in. Out. Then in. So towers.
Yeah.
You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
So what happened there?
I know Knights and I overlapped our spreads. I can't speak for the other parts though.
You didn't go in before, so you just went out and then spread? It's everything, so once you have done left or right when the lasers shoot you, you stay on left or right for the remainder of the mechanic. Ignore any changes to your debuff.
Knights was after me.
Okay. I saw a tower got dropped pretty middle. I think one of the towers got dropped in the right spot. And that left and right rule applies to towers and soaking towers as well. Soaking towers, you just go to the opposite color tower to your debuff, but if you follow the left-right rule, you'll automatically go to the right one.
So just to ask, if like here is where the thing happens and we're all in, and I have the light tower, I would go here with it.
Yes, except it'll basically happen right in front of 4. So you would take light tower towards D as much as you can. You don't have to get to D, although if it's in then out, you have to get to D because you'll die if you don't, because the out it goes that far. But you go in that direction. If it's out then in, you probably won't drop the, because I believe the towers drop right as the in would be resolving. So like you kind of can't get to it in time, but you want to be going that direction with the light tower, and the dark tower would go this way. Also, these markers are not correct. I'm going to fix them again. So this was, so these ones, just in a little bit. Okay. It's literally just like, I actually think these were correct. And then just bring the... I'm just gonna leave them with these for now. I'll fix them later. Doesn't matter. It's just the orb, the marker's not right on the orb, so the orb was like here. But the D and the C are fine.
Oh, I didn't. You like spent money for your dark glam, Albus.
That I might become divinity manifest.
I wish I could have just bought the top.
Yeah.
They used to do that, right? Like, I remember like those.
I don't
Spend
think
some
so.
money on the glam. Tank south, group north, bosses left. That was sarcasm, by the way, because I spent money multiple times to get all of my alts to have the same glam.
By the way,
Stay,
switch.
stay, switch. Tethers and towers are next. $11 messages from knights. Alright, light towers are gonna be evens. No, sorry, odds. Odds are light towers. Dark towers are evens. I fucked that one up.
I'm there. I'm good.
Dodge the angels, in on the west, out on the east.
Got ready.
I don't know how I didn't get lasered. Alright, tank lasers.
Cracked.
Alright, Super Chain is next.
These chains are forged from the fabric of creation.
It's out and spread. Then we go left, check your debuff. Red right, light left. Lasers flip. DPS will be spreading. Supports are doing mechanics. In, then out. We're okay. Towers, and then lasers soak the towers.
You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
I went to the wrong tower.
I
Was
think I
that
went too far out.
Give me a second.
Yeah, I shouldn't be so hasty.
Okay, so lasers were on the wrong side, it looks like. Which would assign...
Both
well, the lasers were split. But... I mean, unless... Oh, no, I guess I was just too close? Okay. I guess I
Oh,
must.
so you double dipped?
Well, two of us
The
died.
white laser
to-
goes. The white laser goes right, right?
Yes, yes. Okay, so lasers were on the right side. It's just me and the other person, other spread, must have been too close to middle and got clipped. Then I saw the towers drop. One was at A and one was pretty far past B. Try not to go like past the markers, like, because the people then have to get to those towers. So like, if you do drop a tower, bring it to the marker or close, like, get as close to the marker as you can, but don't go past it. Because I think I saw Met try to run to the one that was between B and 3 and didn't get there in time. Although I'm not sure why the other one exploded, so let's just keep seeing it.
Tail eat food.
Show me your all, that I might become divinity manifest! From nothing I mold life. You cannot escape my eternal
Take
gaze.
south, group north, bosses left. Stay. And then swap. Okay. Swap. Oh, hey.
Oh,
Got one. Make sure you're close to the center line when you swap sides, because you don't want to bait. Or not bait in that case. Stretch tethers. And check debuffs. Alright, it's going to be evens, light towers, odds, dark towers.
oh.
Was that just me being too close to the middle?
Yeah. Yeah, your tether wasn't stretched.
Okay.
Show me your all, that
Max
I
melee
might
is
become
fine.
Divinity manifest.
Beware of gap. I mean, technically, the gap goes shouldn't work at all.
From nothing I mold life. You cannot escape
Tanks north,
my
DPS
eternal
or group
gaze.
south, bosses right. Stay the
Stay
whole
on
time. I'm just gonna start calling just where the tanks are and let the group know that just you're the opposite. My mouth is getting too full of words. Stretch tethers, check debuffs. Darks are on 3 and 4, lights are on 1 and 2. So towers, in on the west, out on the east. Thank you, leaves.
These chains are forged from the fabric of creation.
In and buddies. go check your debuff. We go left. Light left, dark right. Lasers flip. In first. Then out. Towers drop.
I'm gonna die from this tower, but
So?
it's alright.
You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
So it was. So Alvis, you had a spread there. You should have been. Or whatever. We'll talk about it after. Left and then switch both times. Switch. Switch again. And then group stack up on the ass. In. No, group in. Tanks on the front of the boss. Max melee. Right, raid wide. Alright, para 3. Best to get everybody up. Fortunate.
Yeah.
To silent vessels, I give voice.
Probably you need to be in that tower.
The tower. Serena got in.
Serena should not have been in a
a
tower.
double?
Serena can't soak that tower.
Yeah, that's not your job.
Okay.
Serena.
I
That is-
I was stretching my thing from east-west, right?
Yes.
So pretending my angel was here, right? Like I was I had north-ish angel dark tether, so I was stretching it here. I don't think I'll pull boss, but was I supposed to be here
Yes.
to cross?
Yep.
So not enough to go tower. So
You don't
here.
cross. You don't cross your tether. I was the one who was crossed. I was the one that up
Oh.
by.
Okay,
I was
so
up by
just-
D.
oh.
You just have.
All the
You
way
can't.
here.
No, nope. Don't go out there. You were right. With this.
Just here.
Nope. Here.
Oh. Okay.
If you're here, you die because the other straight laser kills you. If you're here, you live. And if you're way back here, you die because of a crossed laser. If you're too close, you die because of the crossed laser. You're basically on the boss's hitbox, or slightly out of the hitbox, and this far from the edge.
Okay.
And I would have been over by D. The supports have to soak towers, so the first set of towers that drop are on those platforms when we all split up are the support's job to soak. So there is no uptime for that for supports, unfortunately. Also, just for, it's not a huge deal while we're learning, but for when we actually want to go for the kill, whatever tank has aggro during the tethers and towers part at the start, try to always dodge on whatever side the angel's the in is the safe spot. So, like if it's in west, out east, try to be on the in west side if you have aggro, just so the boss doesn't move. Because if the boss moves, she doesn't center herself before super chain, which means we lose uptime for a huge chunk of super chain theory, which we need for the DPS check. Again, not a huge deal right now, but it is worth getting used to. Just whatever side is in safe, dodge on that side. Once you have time, if you soak a tower, to then just run to either east, west, in.
Show me your all, that I might become divinity manifest.
Tanks
escape
north,
my eternal
bosses right.
gaze.
Stay. And stay. We don't move. Feathers and towers. Alright, 1 and 4 are dark, 2 and 3 are light. Oh, in on the west. Perfect, boss didn't move at all. That's exactly what we need. Tank cleaves, watch out. You swappy swap. And super chain.
These chains are forged from the fabric of creation.
In and spread. Check your debuffs. We're going to the right. Light left. Red right. Lasers flip. In, then out.
You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
I saw at least one person went to the wrong second one. Not sure what they had. Might have been more, but I know it was at least one. I said right. If you want to, like, so what I would say, calls are nice, but what you need to look for, if you want to know, is look for one of the ones. So say we start at 3, either 2 or 4 will have a donut moving towards it, or you can look for blue or the donut shape. The other one will have green, which is the not donut. You need to go to the one with the donut. So, whatever one has the blue tether to it, is the direction you're going. I really, really, really recommend getting used to the movement before worrying about your DPS. We will need to be perfect on the movement because that is the 2-minute window. And I do not recommend trying to learn to be perfect on mechanics and movement at the same time for this mechanic. You will wipe the group if you are trying to do that. So I very much recommend perfecting the movement, then focus on getting the most out of your rotation during that. No, we're in fresh prog because Knights does less than 1,000 DPS every pull. Of that sheathed weapon.
From nothing, I mold life. You cannot
Tank
escape
south,
my eternal gaze.
bosses right. Stay. And stay. Do not move. tethers, check debuffs. It's 1 and 2 dark towers, 3 and 4 light towers. That should have been
My fault.
okay.
Yeah, me on 1.
Were you a... Well, 4 was the one that was missing a person.
Three was missing someone too.
Well, they were both at 3, and then they both tried to adjust, so that's why 3 was... So Plum should have been at 4.
Yeah.
And whatever support was with you would have been at 3. Everybody fucks that up is going to happen.
Show me your all, that I might become divinity manifest! From nothing I mold life.
Tanks
You cannot
north,
escape my eternal
boss is
gaze.
right. We stay. And we swap. Stay. Swap. Feathers and towers. Two and 3 are light towers, 1 and 4 are dark. Okay, we had a lot of mistakes there. So we were missing a support at 2, and we were missing a DPS at 1. Like we had 3 people on 3.
Yeah.
I will check. Serena, you were dropping a light tower.
Right, so I was looking for a dark tether.
Yes. I believe that time it was 2 and 3 were... We needed light towers on 2 and 3, and 1 and 4 needed dark towers. So Serena, you would have been at 3. The support with a light tower would have been at 2.
Yeah, I would never go to 2, right?
Never. Because
Okay.
there will always be a support with whatever needs to be at 2. And so they would go there instead of you.
Show me your all, that I might become divinity manifest! From nothing I mold life. You cannot escape my
Tanks
eternal
north,
gaze.
boss is right. We stay. And we swap. Stay. And swap. Sacking.
Got all this. I have it queued for Chrono.
He shouldn't die. We should still mitigate. Yeah. Alright, stretch tethers and check debuffs. Evens are dark towers, odds are light towers. Soak. In on the west, in on the west. Perfect. Tank busters up north.
Spooky.
She starts casting that immediately, so the odds of the tank being able to get her facing perfectly north is very slim. Like, that's not on the tanks, that's just the way this fight works. Super chain. It's out and spread. Then we go left. Check your debuff. Light left, red right. Lasers flipped. We don't have any lasers. This is a white. Oh, random lasers of gods in then out. But then we're fucked here. So Chrono, you can't be here because I was dropping a tower.
You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
I still don't have a good read on how big the out is. I think I
Okay,
think I have
I'm
a good
starting to
idea
see
now.
that now. I'm starting to see that now.
I think that was supports were spreading, right? So in that case, what you would have done is you would have wanted to just run straight through the boss, but slightly left if you were the left side person. So you end up, like, the melees who are spreading, whether they be tanks or DPS, are just on the opposite side of the boss from where we do the in and out. Only 15 messages from Knights. He's been slacking.
Slow night.
Yeah, it was like 11, like 30 minutes ago.
Slow nights on a slow night.
Listen.
Tanks north, bosses left. We stay. And we stay, we don't move. What, Raven, have you not perfected doing the super chain movement and sending me messages at the same time yet? Well, I have 20 messages now, so I've made a mistake. Stretch tethers, check debuffs. Lights are on 1 and 2 light towers, and dark towers on 3 and 4. Dark towers in on the west.
Didn't have my barrier there, sorry.
Alright, super chain. We're getting here way more often. Good job.
These chains are forged from the fabric of creation.
It's going to be out and spread. Then we go to the right, check your debuffs. Light left, red right. Lasers opposite. Out, then in. Supports are spreading after. Out, then in. Supports are spreading. Okay, boss is left. Then stay.
She will be swapping here.
Then swap. Stay. swap. All right.
Today,
Tanks
my theory
out,
shall be
group
proven
in.
as
Tanks
fact.
out, group in. Raid wide.
That does hurt. I got reses, don't worry.
Provoke when you can, just because it is currently eating Rory alive. See, all right, check your debuffs. It's Dark Towers.
Silent vessel, I give voice.
Okay, I believe
I was too south.
So, Met, you were on the east there. My camera was flipped. I thought you went to the wrong side. We had 2 supports go north. And was our west... Where was our west tower? Okay. All supports take a tower. That's why you have to split up and one person has to go on each platform for support. Because you all have to take a tower. And there is no uptime. Because, like, the towers are, like... The south tower, I think, is, like, out here. So, like, you just can't deal DPS. Okay.
Oh, so if I'm a horizontal tether, I only really need to stretch out until it goes safe for me, and then I can stop.
To clean up the stuff after... So, when we get out of Super Chain, tanks, wherever Chrono, because Chrono has threat at that point, wherever Chrono is, just stay, like, I mean, the boss will be facing whatever direction Chrono is. Just basically what we do is, while she's doing Trinity, the left-right swap and stay thing, the tanks get to her face and the party gets to her ass. That way we're all together already. So if it's party out or party in, if it's party in, we just go to the middle. But if it's party out, we just stay there on her ass. And we're already all together. And that way the tanks, you're together. So if it's tanks out, you stay together on her face. Because that is a tank buster that needs to be shared and a group stack that needs to be shared at the same time. And it's baited on the closest and farthest players. Meaning, if we're on the ass and you're arranged, be in melee range, because if you're out here, you're probably going to miss some melee and die/kill people.
Can you just remind me, is A or P the one I need to be in for as a DPS?
P is party in. P for party.
Okay.
A, it's
Sounds good.
the one that's APE or whatever. It's apes.
Has to be a logo.
Or no, sorry. It's P is party out. Apes out for A. It's apes out or party out. And the tanks are apes in this. I was very upset at my tanks when I came up with that way of thinking about it. But yeah, so A is
tell.
tanks out, P is party out.
Okay.
No, Serena. A, you would be in. You can think of it as P for party out and A for Alvis out. Casts are Apoppotamus and Bertidologos. just certain moves I will never learn to pronounce, and those are 2 of them.
From nothing, I mold life. You cannot escape my eternal
Tank south,
gaze.
bosses left. Stay. And swap. Stay. Swap. Feathers and towers. Oh my god, I have 34 messages.
You asked for this.
Get
did.
fucked.
Right. 1 and 4 light towers, dark towers 2 and 3. You can make it, Plum.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. Out on the west, in on the east. Shit.
I got
Tank
reses,
Buster's
don't worry.
next. Tank Buster is next.
It's
Chain.
time for Enchanted Reprise.
These chains are forged from the fabric of creation.
Out and buddies. We're going to the left. Check your debuff. Light left, red right. Lasers flip that. Out, then in. Out, then in. DPS spread.
You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
Alright, we're seeing pretty much every time we're getting to Super Chain now. So good job. Let's take our break. I think this
Yeah, I think
this fight is going to eat people's brains alive, I promise you. Both phases are
not that
going
we're
to do
seeing
it.
it right now.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like,
I know.
don't worry, and we will take our break, because, like, the best thing we can do is keep people, like, clear-headed, because it's all fucking sorts of colors and chains, and I think Super Chain Theory is a super cool mechanic, but it is very difficult to read every single thing that's going on all at the same time.
Also, this is arguably like the hardest version of Super Chain in this fight.
I personally think the second 2A I think is harder, only
Really?
because just the simple fact of adding in the Trinity of Souls on top of doing it. Yeah, 27. Yeah, let's do 10-minute.
Sounds good.
Me personally, I think adding in the Trinity of Souls makes it harder. That just because there's so much to read, and it's all like the tells are happening at the exact same time, so like kind of have to just read it all. But I also think that one can be carried completely by someone doing the calls.
Which you
so-
sounded very confident about.
Oh, I can absolutely do them. Yes. I just personally like that one took more time to prog. It's also kind of hard because I progged this fight pretty fucking fast and then was stuck literally on enrage pulls for so goddamn long. It was 27 pulls to see enrage, and then 2.5 weeks to get a phase 1 clear. And then 4 days to get a phase 2 clear from fresh prog.
I'm gonna get up for now.
Yep. Seltzer. I'm not gonna open my messages from nights until raid is over, at which point I will go through all of them.
But what if there's one super important message in the middle of all of it?
Then you'll learn the lesson of the boy who cried wolf.
Not following.
So it's
I have to find wolf gifts.
I have to fill out my application tonight before I go to bed for the house. I figure I'll bring it up when everybody's back, but I'm basically gonna be I'll be available for raid, but I'll be very busy on the week of the 22nd this month, and then again on the week of September 1st. Why'd you take off your puffy hat? I mean, Moogle hat is cute too, but I like your puffy hat.
I had to blend in with the Moogles.
Oh. Am I the Moogles?
Yes.
Oh. Can't wait to have waffles tonight. Somebody in my other static mentioned that this mount, Raven, should have an action where it just like sticks its tongue out and licks its eye, like the lizard things that lizards do. It's like really dumb fucking. I have a macro that is a circle on my bar, and I genuinely don't know what it is. And I'm tempted to hit it. I know what it is now. Hopefully that macro will help anyone who's bad at transposing shapes. No, that I was just hitting that macro because I was curious what I couldn't remember what it was. That's, you don't have to worry about that. That's something else. That's phase 2. That's classical 2 and phase 2. Oh.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you now, Matt.
Oh, thank fucking God. It's fixed. Oh my god. Fucking sound issues.
Do I have my macro for commit cut?
I don't know if you have it on this character.
I think I put it in my shared because I knew I would need it.
Oh, nice.
Like, I know how to read, pronounce what's at the top of the limit cut macro, but I don't know what the words mean. Psychoto Eberon? I don't know what that means. Yeah. Japanese to English translation. I think that's it. Could be slightly off. Oh, sorry, BA. NEBA.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Ah, dice column. Is that what limit cut is called in Japan? Dice column?
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Does it?
I think so. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, true.
It's not really the same markers as dice.
Yeah.
At least once you get past like 4.
I'm sure it's one of those things where
Portraits.
it translates like literally into dice column, but it has a meaning if it's those two words together or something. Yeah, I saved them. Boop, 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 boop.
Couple people need to eat.
Almost focus targeted the wrong tank.
Oh shit, yeah, I should focus target.
Show me your all, that I might become divinity manifest! From nothing I mold life. You
Tank
cannot
south,
escape
boss,
my
bosses
gaze.
left. We stay, and we switch. Stay. Switch. Stretch tethers, check debuffs. Evens, dark towers, odds, light towers. In on the east, I'm always just going to call whatever one is in for that as well, because it's always opposite. Soup chain.
These chains are forged from the fabric of creation.
Out and buddies. Out and buddies. Go left. Check your debuffs. Light left. Red right. Lasers opposite. Out first, then in.
You cannot
Fortunately, that is
escape
it.
my eternal gaze.
Yeah, that was a weird tower spot.
Yep, so the towers have to get out, and the people who are soaking the towers have to not be near the tower drops. Because, for example, what happened there was Chrono got hit by the light tower dropping, which switched his element to light, meaning that he could no longer soak the light tower. So, making the mechanic impossible to resolve. So, make sure those towers are going out to their spots, but also make sure if you are going to soak a tower that you are not near those spots until the tower has been dropped. In that case, it was out then in, so the people who have to soak the tower stand just like dead center of the in, and then move out afterwards.
Show me your all, that I might become divinity
I'm getting it.
manifest.
Oh, your mic's working.
Yeah, I fixed it real quick. My headset was also fucked.
Shouldn't do that to headsets.
From nothing I
Where-
mold
where the-
life.
But I want to.
Okay. I won't kink shame.
You
Tanks
cannot
north,
escape
bosses
my
left.
eternal gaze.
We stay, and then we switch. Stay. And switch.
Need a set. Okay, good.
Hey, Alan.
Stretch tethers, check debuffs. 3 and 4 are dark towers. 1 and 2 are light towers. Soak towers in on the west. No clusters. Soup kitchen.
These chains
I just have to ask, were you calling it soup chain before?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah,
so I wasn't
sometimes.
crazy.
Occasionally. Out
It's like
and
you and
buddies. Out
You
and
and
buddies.
Shelby do that, and it trips me out sometimes.
Buddies. We're going to the left. Check your debuffs. Light left, red right. Lasers flip. Supports will be spreading. Out first. Out first. Then in. Support spread. DPS mechanics.
You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
Boss is right. Groups on the ass. Boss is right. Then switch. Then switch. Double switch. Group is on the ass. Switch. Switch. Group on the ass. Tanks up front.
Today, my
Group
fears
in.
shall
Tanks
be
max
put
melee.
to rest.
Nope. You guys should have stayed on the front. Yeah, don't move. Just stay front and back based on where we were at
You'll
the
want
end.
to omit that as well because of that bleed.
Right.
Got all this.
Paradigma 3. And then you can just leave it up. Gonna provoke, it's killing
please,
Serena. Alright. Supports, check your debuffs. The ones with towers, do your west and east priority. With the tower debuffs, I mean. Plus north, X south.
Silent vessels, I give voice.
We're missing... Okay. I think you got there in time. Alright. Dark Towers.
Get in, Serena.
Oh, that
It's okay.
was. Damn it! No.
Nope. Yeah. Okay. That was almost. We almost did the entire mechanic. Good job. We will talk about Paradigma 3. Good shit, though. Chrono, you dropped your tower in the right spot. I don't know if you realized you were doing it, but you did it correctly. Amet tried to, but alas.
Amet was the middle tower.
Yes.
That stretches
So,
over. Yeah.
what's going to happen there is once you have soaked your tower's supports, you will do a couple of things. If you are the X, you are going to stand on the middle of, towards this middle center line, because you're going to drop an X, preferably max, all the way at, basically here or here, whichever of these platforms is safe, so that your X doesn't fuck with the people on the center platforms. Plus person, you're up north, but you're gonna run all the way to the outer corner of whatever platform you're on, so that you drop your plus in a way that won't fuck with the people on the middle platforms. Does that make sense, supports?
There's a few pictures in the P12S channel if you need visuals.
Yep. Check the P12S channel for those.
Just
positions.
so the way we're doing those X and plus positions means that if you are a DPS, you don't have to go slightly inward to dodge the lasers like some people do. Would that be just the uptime version where DPS would have to?
One
adjust a little bit?
platform will still get fuckied with by the X, and that is impossible
thought.
to avoid. That just happens.
Okay.
So one platform does still need to dodge the X a bit, but this gives us the most possible. So again, south platform support, you soak your tower, then you run your X. 0% chrono. But we're not, I mean, most of us aren't even DPSing right now, so it doesn't matter. The X, so the X south, you soak your tower, and then you run to the inner part of your platform, whether it be here, where I'm jumping, or here, to drop your X. Plus, you are on the north, you soak your tower, then you run to the outer corner of your platform, whether it be here or the opposite side. Any, does that make sense to all the supports? Just let me know if it does. Thanks.
How are our tanks feeling about that?
Does that make sense?
I'm still not entirely certain on it.
So support get debuffs. 2 support will get either an X debuff or a plus debuff, and that's what Tail is explaining.
Yeah.
Okay, that I understand, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the X, if say this platform is the one where the X goes, I would stand right here if I had the X, right?
Yes,
So the tower's
because
resolved?
you're gonna drop a X-shaped thing, and if you stand right here, you will be covering the least amount of the center 2 platforms with your X, and that's what you're trying to do. Is you're trying to put as little of that X on the center 2 platforms as possible.
And by extension, if you're a plus and you're all the way back here, just the columns and rows coming out of you, it's just misses people completely, unless they're
Then you get as close as possible to whatever the angel is.
Yes. Then once you've done
Exactly.
that, then you go to the angel. Yes.
Nice.
So that makes sense then. So we're gonna move on then to the next part. So the X, the north and south towers again. It's soak tower. Drop your X and plus in one of those 2 spots, and then go stand next to the angel that is near you. Now, the supports who have towers, your job is a little more complicated. You need to soak your tower, and then check the color of your tower that you're dropping. The debuff that you have is a tower drop. If you have the light tower and you are on the platform with the dark tethers, then you drop your tower just in a safe area in the center of the platform so that someone on your platform can soak it. One of the DPS will soak it. If the people on your platform have the same color tethers as your tower is, you have to go to the dead center of the arena so that your tower, when it drops, will be overlapping the diagonal platform so that a DPS from that platform can stand in it. Because we can't move platforms, so they need to be able to stand in your tower even though they're on a different platform, so that you stand, like, essentially if this was the intersection, you would stand right where Plum and me are jumping, and it would drop it so that Plum could soak it from the other platform. That is the entirety of the support's jobs. Supports, any questions on either of those things, so whether it be towers or plus and X. Yep.
I just
wanted to double check.
I'm sorry, what was that, John?
I would like to make sure I'm seeing, because I'm looking at the paste bin right now for the it was hit right in front of me. But yeah, I was looking at and I just, so for my purposes, if I have a dark tower, where do I stand?
If you have a dark tower, you check. So first thing you do is you go to one of the platforms based on your priority system. So I think for you, Alvis, you're on an east platform unless a Met also has the tower, in which case you're on the west platform. Okay. Then after you've soaked your tower, you have to check what color. You have to know what color the tether players on your platform were. Basically, so if you have a dark tower and the players on your platform had dark tethers, then you are dropping your thing in the middle so that the light tethers on the other side can soak it. If you have dark and they have light on your platform, you can just drop it right here, on the platform, so that the person on your platform can soak it.
I can also grab clips of me doing it if you guys want after this.
Yeah, we'll do that. We can do that between raid, but yeah. But yeah, so essentially it is soak tower, then check if your tower matches or is opposite the tethers on your platform. If it matches, you go middle. If it's opposite, you just drop it on your platform somewhere. Mm-hmm. Preferably close-ish to the middle, but yeah. Once support thinks they've got it, and we'll move on to the DPS jobs. So DPS just hang in there a little longer. Obviously, I know we need to see it more for people to understand, but is there a rough understanding for people?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Rory, I think you also said you get it. You just need to see it more yourself. Chrono, does that make rough sense to you?
How good are you feeling about that? Yeah.
I know we have to see it, but I just want to make sure we've got a rough idea. Chrono?
I don't know if you know you're muted or not. Oh no, you're not muted.
No, I couldn't hear
Yeah,
you.
I see.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
There you
yeah,
are.
we can hear you. Okay, the audio cable came out.
Oh, okay. Does that
Well, it didn't come out. It kind of poked out a little bit.
does that make a basic rough understanding of what's going on there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it should. I just need to.
Yeah, absolutely.
dive
Sounds good.
into it.
All right, so DPS. We're going to
Yeah.
talk about DPS now. So DPS, I personally think our job is a fuck ton easier.
Oh yeah, a lot easier.
We determine which platform we go to based entirely on the tethers, east or west. And you have your tether. You will either be the tether that is basically straight across along the center line. If you have that, you stand in this far from the center line. If, say, the center line is 3.
If you go any farther, you're in danger of getting clipped by
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah. But if you're too close to the line, you die. If you're too far, you kill people. And if you're too close,
like
you
the
die.
sweet
And if
spot.
you're too far, you die. So yeah. If you have the cross tether, you just go like on the hitbox. Again, the markers are basically where you want to be in like a vertical line. So like B and 3 will be the markers. So the cross tether would stand by 3, and the straight tether would be in line with B, but closer to the middle of their platform. Lasers go off. We're golden. Now, you need to have checked at this point your tether color, and you need to know what color the towers are. I will call what color the towers are. So but if you need to check, it's look at the debuffs of the support on your platform and see what color it is. If the support on your platform has the same color tether as you, the same color tower as you are baiting angels, which means you need to be the closest person to one of the angels. It's super easy. So again, we'll use this platform where B and 3 were the 2 markers. There will be an angel at 2 that the person who was near B just stands directly now on the B marker, and they bait the laser from the angel that was at 2. The person who was at 3 that did the cross, there will be an angel at 4. They go and stand directly here on this corner at C to be one of the 2 closest to the angel at 4 and bait the laser that direction. While this happens, their platform support would be dropping in the middle, so they're safe from the lasers that are going off. If you have the opposite color tethers to your supports, you are soaking the towers that get dropped. What you need to do is you need to dodge the X if it's on your platform. Make sure you're not getting hit by anything like that. Don't be standing directly under your support because they're going to drop a tower. And you just wait, and then when the towers spawn, one of you soaks the one on your platform, and one of you soaks the one that's dead center of the arena. And the priority for this, do we want to just do Party Finder priority, or the priority that isn't idiotic?
The non-idiotic. That's just me.
What makes Party Finder idiotic?
The person who is farther from middle soaks middle. And the person who's closer from middle doesn't soak middle. Okay, so then in that case, what we'll do is whatever person had the straight tether, so in this case, like the person, if we're talking about this platform here, the person who was near B, the straight tether, they're gonna just go soak the tower that is in the dead center of the arena across that the support is dropping across. And the person who was all the way south is going to soak the one that's dropped by the support on their platform.
Mm-hmm.
That is the priority we will do.
Wait.
If you go into Party Finder, they're going to do it opposite, and I don't fucking understand why.
I think I misunderstood what you hear. What you said. Straight tether is
Middle.
Is taking the center one?
Yeah, the dead center, because they are less distance from the dead center.
But by dead center, you mean
of the
do
arena.
You mean like the corner of the arena?
I mean the
Or
dead,
do you
like
mean the center of your specific tile?
No, I mean dead center of the arena, the one that is crossed. This one where A is dead,
The
like
one that's
that.
crossed over. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
So yeah, that spot goes to the straight tether because it's in the case of this platform, it's the person who was at B goes to that A, where the 3-person goes.
And if you're
if
you're the non-straight one, you're taking the one that the tank on your platform dropped.
The support on your platform, yes.
Support, yes.
I don't fucking understand why. So, because in a perfect world where it's done right, the DPS are at B and 3, and Party Finder makes 3 go to the middle, and B take the one on the platform. I don't know why.
Because PF is stupid.
All right, and that's our entire job, support DPS.
Can I just get one more reminder on angel baits for DPS?
So the angel baits, it will always work out that it is the 2 markers on your platform that aren't on the corner. So C and
so it's always just 3 and B if this is the platform.
Well,
we're
C
on.
C and B.
C and
Because 3
okay.
is a corner.
Yeah.
Sorry, I meant
I
the
get it.
corner of the markers. Because
Uh-huh.
so basically the B person just moves from like the middle of the arena that they were at onto the B marker. The 3-person would move to the C marker.
Makes sense. Okay.
And if it's on this platform, the D person goes to D, the 4-person goes to C.
Yeah. Okay.
And so on and so forth. Yep, and what Serena
I
said.
feel good about that.
Same color, you bait angels.
Yeah.
Opposite color, you soak towers. And Serena, for your just for you specifically, after we've soaked towers, the boss is going to do an on the soul raid wide. That is your second feint. So just so you know.
Let's get in there.
The only other thing I will say is Rory. Ahmed already knows this, but the people who are baiting the angel shots, the 2 DPS baiting angel shots, are going to get fucking hammered. Towers do like nothing. Angel shots do stupid damage. I think we're at the point gear-wise where melee are just going to survive it fine.
It's ranged and casters.
Yep, ranged and casters other than Black Mage, so... Black Mage.
I mean, even then, Black Mage has to... I guess that would be the one
Well, Mana Ward
place you
literally
would
just
save it
does
for.
the job for you.
Saves your... That, yeah, there's just so much going on. It's...
I am probably going to play Summoner once we're, like, on part 2 prog, just because, there's really, really horrific melee timing here. So I'll at least have a shield there as well.
Oh yeah, tell me about it with the melee stuff.
Uh-huh. Well, hey, you're a melee. You can be in, like, a melee, like, clock position. I'm not, ever.
I know.
should,
If it makes you
just
feel
look-
better, the like people running the pace spin stuff basically came up with, they completely revamped an entire strat in phase 2 specifically for red mage because of when their melee combo happens causing wipes.
From nothing, I mold life. You cannot
And if we make it tanks north, bosses right. Stay and stay. We don't move. If we make it through para 3, we are on limit cut. And then that's, and like, when we're going for kills, that'll be boss at 30% or less health. So Super Chain 2 is after limit cut. Alright. Darks are evens, lights are odds. Oh, I fucked that up. That's entirely on me.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I'm gonna die. Yeah, I should have just switched places. I should have followed your lead.
I
damn
could have
it.
rescued you, and yeah, I could have saved that probably.
Totally
Could
fucked
have
that.
rescued
I'm
you,
sorry.
and
That
then
would have been a
Icarus-
long shot. Yeah, the classic.
My whole brain had a stroke there.
We're gonna remove my potion from that button. We're gonna put rescue.
Show me your
Getting
all,
excited.
that I might become divinity manifest.
59 messages to look at after me.
Look who's popular.
They're all from Knights.
I was giving you an out.
I know. Knights just really
From
loves.
nothing I mold life.
I'm very popular with Knights
You
specifically.
cannot escape my
Tank
eternal
south,
gaze.
bosses left.
We're invited to the wedding, right?
Stay and stay. No movement. Of course. Darks on 2 and 3, lights on 1 and 4.
Oh.
Did you just get clipped?
No, I got a
Yeah.
tower thrown on me. Someone died.
Oh, okay.
No, because I had a fallen, so I got a tower and the laser at the same time.
Yeah, that was instant death, yeah.
That was an east-west split, so the dark towers should have been at 2 and 3, the light towers should have been at 1 and 4. I think I saw a light tower at 2 and 4, and then a dark tower at 4 and 3.
Show me your all, that I might become divinity manifest.
Getting a little bit of echo. I don't know where it's coming from.
From nothing I mold life. You
Tanks
cannot
north,
escape my
boss is right.
eternal gaze.
You stay the whole time. It's all right.
Strangles you.
Stretch tethers, check debuffs. Alright, it's, evens are dark towers, odds are light towers.
No problem.
Show me your all, that I might become divinity manifest. From nothing I mold life.
Thanks
You
north,
cannot
boss is
escape
right.
my eternal gaze.
Swap. And then stay. Switch. And stay. Feathers and towers. One and 4 are light towers. 2 and 3 are dark. Serena, you can't be at 4.
Wait, why could I?
Because so 1 and 4 were dark towers, meaning that if at a dark tower you needed to be at 1.
But I dropped the light tower, right?
In that case, you should have been at 2 or 3. All I know, sorry, maybe I flipped it after the fact, but 1 and 4 were one color, 2 and 3 were another. So if you were on the right color, you needed to be on.
Show me your all, that I might become divinity manifest. From nothing I mold life. You cannot escape
Tank
my
south,
eternal gaze.
boss is right. Stay. And then swap at the end. Stay. Swap. Oh, that's your over there already. Alright, stretch tethers, check your debuffs. Alright, light towers at 1 and 2, dark towers at 3 and 4. In on the west. Buster up north. Ooh, Jesus.
Oh. I should have been more mindful of that.
These chains are forged
Super
from
chain?
the fabric of creation.
Kitchen. Out and spread. Then we go to the right, check your debuff. Red right, light left, lasers flip. Out first, then in. DPS are spreading after, in.
You cannot escape my
Lovely.
eternal gaze.
Aww.
Yeah, sorry, I went to C instead of.
That's fine. Were the towers dropped in the right spot? I just want to make sure I know. Was Chrono incorrect, or were the towers dropped incorrectly? Do we know?
I don't know where his tower was, but the tower that I went to, I forget what marker it was, but it was on the marker to our left.
Because yeah, I thought if the thing was at 4, then we drop towers at D and C.
Yes. I'm just
Yes.
trying to. And you were. Okay, you were
was at
light,
C.
so you went to the wrong. Okay. Yes. Okay.
I went to the wrong one.
Because you were light.
I had red debuff, so I had to step in Brewery's
I had
tower.
light group. I'm pretty sure there's a dark tower down here, so like like here.
So then the tower probably didn't get dropped correctly then, if it wasn't on marker.
Hold on. Okay. Chrono had Umbral Tilt, which is the light debuff, which he would have the light debuff after getting hit by the red... No, the light laser on the right. Okay, so he needed to go to C. Okay, yes. So Chrono, you went to the right spot. If you went to C, you said. Because it was on 4. Yeah. The light tower would have been at D. Dark tower would have been at C. And Chrono started with red debuff. It changed to light. And then he would have gone to the red tower on the right. So Chrono would have been at C. And whoever had the starting light debuff would have gone to D. Sorry. Oh my god, I'm fucking lasers. It's so goddamn annoying. Whoever had the red laser needed to go left to D. Hold on. No. Am I fucking brain dead? What's happening to my brain? No, that's right. So whoever had red laser needed to go to D. Got it. I just wanted to figure out if the towers were in the right spot or if the lasers went to the wrong spots.
Yeah, it's the idea is you match the same side that you were on for all of the group stuff, right?
But yeah, but you basically, once you've figured out if you're left or right, you need to ignore your debuff going forward because people's debuffs are gonna change light or dark, so based on laser stuff. So.
Show me your all, that I might become divinity manifest! From nothing, I mold light.
Really, really hard. I want to help them figure out what went wrong, but like when I ask a question,
You cannot
I get
escape
no
my
answers.
eternal gaze.
Alright, tanks north, boss is right, stay, and stay. We're all right. Towers and tethers.
I can't res.
Had both Rampart and Sentinel in there.
Looks like the Rampart hadn't gotten up yet when the attack hit.
Okay.
Stretch tethers. 1 and 4 are dark towers. 2 and 3 are light towers.
Good adjustery, thank you.
In on the east.
These chains are forged from the fabric of creation.
Out and spread. Then we go left. Check your debuffs. Light left, red right. Lasers flip.
Fuck.
Okay, out first. Then in. DPS spread.
I'm gonna die, but that's okay.
You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
Being a lot of... Basically, there are always 2 people running to both tower spots, which is not correct. The lasers need to wait until the towers have been dropped to run there.
Yeah.
Because if you are there when the tower gets dropped, the mechanic becomes impossible to complete.
If you are laser there, you are staying put where you resolved the in out.
Either in dead center of the inn, or if it's out second, run into like the boss's hitbox and wait in like the middle of the boss.
You don't think there's a risk of clipping if you do that?
I mean, there shouldn't be. No one should be there.
Okay.
There is a risk if people are in the wrong places, but no one should.
Yeah. Sounds good.
If they run back, they die to the spreads that went behind. If they run east, left, or right, they die to the towers. And the spreads that went through the boss should be on the opposite side of the boss, so...
Yeah.
Show me your all, that I might become divinity manifest!
Also, you're echoing a little bit, Chrono.
From nothing I mold life. You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
Thanks north, boss is right.
All
Thanks
this north.
Stay, we're all right. Light towers on 1 and 2. Dark towers 3 and 4. In on the east, in on the east. Blocking steel tank buster.
These chains are
Campbell's
forged
chunky.
in the fabric of creation.
In and spread. We're going to the right. Check your debuff. Light left, red right. Lasers flip. Out first. Out first. Then in. Then DPS spread.
You cannot escape my eternal
Oh,
gaze.
That was my fault because I think I got clipped by the tower.
You were red laser. You didn't get clipped by a tower, but yeah.
Oh, I was just red. Okay.
Yeah, you just.
I thought I
needed-
was white.
Yeah, because you were the red laser, so you were on the left side.
Yep. Okay.
We're getting cleaner though. We're like, it looks like pretty much every time now
Show me
we're
your
just
all,
dying
that
to
I
like
might
the
become
tower soak and
divinity
not
manifest.
literally everything. So that is, one mistake is better than 6.
From nothing I mold life.
south, boss is left. We stay. And then we switch. Stay. Switch. Stretch tethers, check debuffs. Odds are light towers, evens are dark towers. In on the east. Glaucoma.
These chains are forged from the fabric of creation.
Needle suit for the firefighter's soul. Out, buddies. We're going to the left. Check your debuff. Light left, dark right, or red right. Lasers flip. In, then out. DPS are spreading.
Chrono, you're too close.
Both towers are the same
You
side.
cannot escape my eternal
Oh shit,
gaze.
I fucked that up.
White goes left, right?
Yep.
Yep, that was Amet made the mistake. You're good,
Yep.
Chrono.
Sorry.
Fucking Amet's griefing. He's
I
got
am,
this mechanic down.
Yeah, I'm griefing, and I'm gaslighting the support.
Show me your all, that I might become divinity.
Can we talk about the chicken noodle soup books? Do you guys remember those?
I do.
Chicken
It's been
soup
a while
for
since
like
I've
teen soul, but then they had like 1,000 of them.
There was soup for everybody.
Like the one I said was a joke, but I also know for a fact there was chicken soup
You
for
cannot
firefighter.
escape my eternal gaze.
Tanks north, boss is right. Stay and then swap. Stay. Swap. They're reusing that tank.
Arena live.
Okay, yeah. I'm lagging like crazy because it's not even registering.
Oh yeah, your sentinel didn't get off either. Oh no, wait. Yeah, it did. Sorry. No. We did. Oh. Stretch tethers. Evens are dark towers, odds are light towers. In on the west. Open the menu during that. Forgot how to close it. Make sure you provoke back, Elvis. Because I know the threat was wonky.
These chains are forged from the fabric of creation.
Out and buddies. Going to the left, check your debuffs. Red right, light left. Out first, then in.
Shit.
You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
So I mean, it was.
So wait, I had a laser there. So I wasn't supposed to stay still after that donut because the tower dropped immediately.
had a
So we had a
resolved.
death. So you got
Oh.
unlucky. The tower baited on
Okay.
you, which made instantly the mechanic unresolvable.
I see.
Make sure you are standing on your partners. You kind of establish an angle that you're always going to stand at with your partner, because in the second half of the fight, we're going to have to do partners really rapidly, and you kind of just need to know how your partner is going to move.
From nothing, I mold life.
Tanks north, bosses left.
Eternal gaze.
We switch, and then we stay. Switch. Stay. Switch tethers, check debuffs. Dark towers on 1 and 4, light towers on 2 and 3. In on the west. Yeah. Like a lot of people had to adjust there, and everybody made it, so good shit. Tank lasers. I was gonna play jump rope, but then I realized I'd probably make one of the tanks panic. Super chain.
These chains are forged from the
Mega Link.
fabric of creation.
Off-brand version. In buddies. Going to the left. Check your debuffs. Light left, red right. Lasers flip. Out first. Then in. Then DPS are spreading.
You cannot escape my
No.
eternal gaze.
Lot of overlap.
I got the symbol for tower and symbol for soak mixed up.
All good. Most groups I'm in, the main amount of prog on that mechanic is
You're all that I
making sure everybody knows exactly which debuff is which. Like,
Yeah, this is one of those mechanics. Just everyone has to know what every job is.
and the debuffs are pretty similar, so
From nothing, I mold life. You cannot
Tank
escape
south.
my eternal gaze.
everyone left, bosses left. Then we stay, then we switch. Stay first. And switch.
I love how early you can go into that.
Everything in this fight snapshots incredibly early. And that is good information to know. Light towers on 1 and 2. Dark towers 3 and 4. In on the west. Looks like people are getting that. I mean, everybody do basically every iteration of that now, so. chain.
These chains are forged from the fabric of creation.
In and buddies. Going to the right, check your debuff. Red right, light left, laser swap. Supports will be spreading. Out first. Then in.
You are not a
You
tower,
cannot
Serena.
escape my eternal gaze.
Boss is right, then stay, then switch. Stay. And switch. Group is on the ass, tanks are on the face.
Today, my
Group
theory
in,
shall be
tanks out.
proven as fact.
Remember, that hurts.
Alright, raid wide. Let's, perfect. Last pull of the night. Let's see Para 3 again. Remember,
You have
plus-
laser, but that... Okay.
We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later.
Mhm.
Plus
Yeah.
north. X south. Sports, remember your prio for east and west middle platforms.
To silence the
Towers are
I
light.
give voice.
Miss tower.
Alright. But we're getting
Good
there.
job today.
Yeah. So I actually don't know what the fuck happened on Super Chain, by the way, because Plum and Serena
Yeah, I don't know
were,
how he resolved
were the
that.
two people who were supposed to soak tower, and they both soaked my tower. So I have no fucking clue how the other tower didn't explode. So I guess good job.
We soaked the other tower somehow.
I assume what happened was one of the spreads just happened to soak it.
Yeah, I mean that does technically
If
work.
you had red laser, you needed to be on the other side, Serena. You soaked the dark
Yeah.
tower, which was not the one you should have soaked. Yeah, because you were red laser, so you were on the left side, and you stay left for the rest of the mechanic.
Yeah, you are always matching the side you were on for that whole mechanic.
Should I have switched sides?
No,
You were always matching the side
Yeah,
you
so
were
you
on. for
so
the
you
whole
were
mechanic.
on the left with the laser because you had the red
Oh,
laser.
I see what I did.
Well, you're
I
taking
went
the
to
left tower. Mhm.
Yeah, I went to the right tower because my brain wants to go right because it's my usual pop. But I should have stayed left because I should have taken the left tower.
Yeah, because you have to take the left tower.
Alright, I've only gotten lasers like thrice to be honest. So.
Yeah, we had DPS spread almost every time tonight, so yeah.
Not matching the color. Yeah, I guess that's a really.
So it's
bad way of
very
putting
it's just don't so it is you just you go to your side. So the reason you do the sides the way we do them is that the left light tower is dropping left. The laser that was on the left side was the red laser, which gives the laser person a red debuff, meaning the only tower that they can soak is the light tower, which is also on the left. So that's why they go left with red laser and then stay left for the rest of the mechanic, because the light tower is on the left, so that's the one that would resolve their thing. Okay, yeah.
No, I think you have it all right. Yeah. Also, I will say, I know I say this way too much. Please, 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 at least take a look at Limit Cut a little bit if you can at all. I
Para
feel like
3
having
and Limit
any
Cut,
kind of
yeah.
looks at it will save so much time.
Limit Cut is entirely on you. There is no calls during Limit
Yes.
Cut. So if you are not willing to, like, if you don't
If there's
research
a mechanic
it,
to ever study up, it's this one.
yeah. So
Please.
how Limit Cut's gonna work is that everybody who studied up on it will be waiting on the people who didn't for the entirety of the prog. So please don't.
I know people
don't
are busy.
be-
I know people are having rough days, but try to make some time, please.
Yeah, because it is.
At least just watch Tails POVs.
Yep, I
They're very
posted in P12S. I posted every single point of view. So no matter what number you have, there's a clip to watch for the entirety of Limit Cut.
In support, I'll put Para 3 in chat discussions.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, genuinely, really good job on cleaning up a lot of this
good
stuff.
job.
I did my best to find clips of me doing it that showed very clean movement, and because I wanted to get across that Limit Cut has a lot going on, but every individual's job during Limit Cut is actually incredibly simple.
Very simple. Yeah.
So if you watch all of the videos, you'll notice that they're almost all exactly the same movement. Just two of them are flipped from the other two, and it's entirely
it's
just
all a difference in
positions.
order.
Yeah. Yep.
Mhm.
It is not a difficult mechanic, but it is one where there will be no calls that can really help during that. So it is. If you do some research, we'll make
It'll
it through
help a lot.
quickly. But if we're
Yeah.
waiting on someone to learn because they didn't look at it, it's gonna be frustrating.
I don't like being a hall monitor like this, but
Yeah.
it would help a lot.
Limit Cut is the mechanic that I would say to study up on, yeah.
Because all the other ones can be like taught and explained. That one is just you have to know how to do it.
Personal responsibility.
Oh, yeah, you're fine, Serena.
You're not behind. I mean,
You're-
we're all on the same mechanic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like every person here was learning Para 3 tonight. And
Yeah.
most of everyone here was still
Super
learning Super Chain tonight. Like none of you are behind. Like if I were to say what this group is, it is Super Chain cleanup Para 3 prog. That is where we're at. Because everybody here understands Super Chain. We just need to be clean on it. And we're all learning Para 3. And again, this fight has like 7 mechanics. Para 3 is the 4th. All that's left is, after Para 3, is Limit Cut, Super Chain 2A, and Super Chain 2B. Super Chain 2B is basically free.
Yeah.
Even more so when we have weapons and stuff, because we will just skip Super Chain 2B.
But yeah, really good work tonight,
Awesome job.
everybody.
Great work.
Yeah.
Nine. What'd you say?
No,
nines?
fuck that guy.
Oh, 2B, 9S, yeah, haha. 76 messages.
Oh, wow.
Sick.
Actually, 76 messages from Knights. 3 from Doggy, who is my group Iron Man partner in RuneScape. So, I'll check.
You're doing that now?
Oh, I've been doing it for because me and him started
See you,
our
Serena.
group Iron Man. Good night. We started our group Iron Man when we were still raiding in WoW Classic together. We're like fucking 99s across the board combat and fucking rank like 400 something for 3-player group Iron Man because we have one person who's just not played.
What's that fire making skill at though?
That was his first. So Doggy's was 99 within 2 weeks, I believe, of us starting.
Christ.
Mine is still quite. I mean, mine's like 90 something, but
Pathetic.
I didn't do fire making. I did fucking Slayer, and that shit takes forever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 92 Slayer, I think.
I can't touch that game. That seems way too dangerous for me.
Even
if I never played it when I was younger.
It was one of those games that for me, it found a very niche location in like when I was at school during like.
Yeah, that was the school MMO.
Well, like,
people.
well, I mean, like at college school. So like,
yeah.
I picked it up again when I was at Full Sail doing like 7-hour lectures, 7-hour labs each day,
Right.
because I could just click on a tree
It's very brainless.
and then
yeah.
look away for 5 minutes and come back. And it's one of my comfort games that I always go back to.
Definitely.
I actually do have a hardcore Iron Man that does have 99 fire making and has the Phoenix fire making pet, and which makes me terrified of losing it because I don't want it to die. Because
Are you gonna be on those classic hardcore servers?
I'm not touching Blizzard games for a long time.
Oh, good work. I didn't know you did that. I know you were on Classic for a while.
Classic Burning Crusade, and then when that ended, I uninstalled completely. I haven't touched it since any Blizzard property since. Actually, no, that's a lie. I played the last season of Diablo 3. Because I was sad.
Oh, was there like one more and like for good?
It was. I mean, the one they never
The last
said
one
it
before
was
the launch of 4.
Yeah, they never
Yeah.
said it was the last one, but based on the season, like
It was the end of an
bo-
era.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the season bonus was literally like just insanity, like 100 bonuses. Like it was like so it very very like final hurrah.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, and I won't be touching Diablo
Too bad
4 for a
about
while.
Those guys. Yeah.
The thing is, they brought what's his name back on the team, and ever since they did that, I've heard nothing but good things about everything except Overwatch, because Overwatch 2 is the scummiest thing on the planet, and
I'm sure Diablo 4 will definitely become better over time.
I've heard great things
for
about
people
it.
Who are into those.
For me, they're gonna need to do a pretty big overhaul before I play it, because I just not interested. But which sucks, because Diablo and like Diablo 2 and 3 are
That's like your
comfort
shit.
games.
Yeah.
I played every single without fail every single season of Diablo 3. I maxed out and got to like at least like Paragon, like 600, 700, 800, sometimes 2000. Like I played every single Diablo season. I love Diablo, and I won't be touching Diablo 4 unless some major things change, because it just, I don't know, not. And I'm not saying people shouldn't play it. If you want to play it, play the fucking game. I'm not here to tell people, but I've made a personal decision to kind of avoid any Blizzard property until they fix their shit. The whole thing with Overwatch.
I guess you'll go play fucking Titan Quest or whatever for now.
Their whole thing with Overwatch 2 reignited your like, you need to fix your shit as a company. How, like, that is the scummiest shit they've ever done. Oh, we
Are you just referring to the like walking back the PvE stuff?
literally the entire reason that the thing that is the reason that they claimed that they could not do just a patch to Overwatch, it had to be a new game, was because of the PvE, and now the PvE isn't happening. So there was literally no reason that it couldn't have just been a patch for Overwatch. That was the only reason, according to them, the only reason that it needed to be a new game and not just Overwatch patches was because of the PvE content. And now that's not happening. So what the fuck was the reason that you made everybody spend money on champions and skins again?
Oh, I didn't know it was a reset on skins.
It's a reset
for
on
the
everything.
second one.
Also, fun fact.
Really?
Do you know what the?
I thought a bunch of stuff carried over.
I didn't. Not as far as I was aware, but I could be wrong. Do you know what the fastest
Well,
way
I'm not
to?
an Overwatch
Do you know
guy.
the fastest way
You
to
kept
farm?
your skins.
Oh, you did? Okay. Do you know what the
They
fastest
just
way
did away with
to...
loot boxes and made it into battle pass scumminess.
Right.
do you know what
loot
the
boxes were much better?
do you know what the fastest way to get skins was in Overwatch 2? Like just categoric, like proven objectively the fastest way to farm a skin in Overwatch 2? It was to play World of Warcraft. What you did was you farmed gold in World of Warcraft and bought Battle.net passes, converted it into Battle.net currency, and then purchased skins with that currency. That was the most effective way to get Overwatch skins. Not play the game, play a different game. I'm fine with cross promotion. I think cross promotion is good and has
I
places.
didn't know the WoW Gold stuff was just straight up Battle.net points. I thought you could only use it for.
Well, you use it to
subscriptions.
buy. You use it to buy bonds or whatever they're called in WoW. They're bonds in RuneScape. That's why I'm saying bonds. And then you can convert those into Battle.net currency.
I see.
I did a
So,
lot
like,
of that.
Could you like fucking buy like Diablo 4 with gold?
Yep. You can buy
Oh,
any
wow.
any Blizzard property you can buy with gold. If you're willing to do
That's
the like
fucking crazy.
cross stuff.
I'm sure it's a shit ton of gold. Yeah.
I did. It's really fucking not.
Oh, okay.
Like I mean, because what I did the entire time I played Classic, WoW, the way that I afforded all of my consumables and shit, because I was dropping more money a week than some of the players in our guild ever saw in their characters in their entire time playing.
Yeah, that's the
Because-
shit you like to do in MMOs.
Well, that was because I literally had to, because I was playing Rogue, and Rogue had to have fucking literally an entire inventory of consumables every raid night. It was
Oh.
insane. But only because I was trying to get like 100 parses and stuff. Like I was going hard. But literally how I made all my gold was I had gold left over from when I played retail WoW, and I
Oh,
would.
you could transfer it to Classic?
You can kind of. It's not against the terms of service to basically do. You pay retail money, gold, for bonds that you sell, that you give to a player, and then they, in turn, give you gold in Classic for the bonds in retail. And so what I would do is I started with like X amount in retail, and I basically transferred it over for a good rate to Classic. Then I transferred it back to retail for a good rate, and then back to Classic for a good rate, and then back to retail. And I was literally making like, in Classic, I was making like 10,000 gold a day, which was more than my buddy ever had on his entire Classic account. It was really fun. It was stupid as hell, and kind of poked a huge hole in the fact that you could just... Essentially, I had the starting gold from playing retail, but if you didn't have that starting gold, what you could do in order to do that would be just spend cash on gold in retail and then transfer it to Classic. So quite literally, you could
didn't know
buy...
WoW had actual official RMT like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the gold's coming from other players, but the thing is, it's coming from gold farmers. So, like, the gold farmers are the ones buying those bonds that you sell. It's totally legal because you're paying Blizzard, not the gold farmers. And it's
I just didn't know Blizzard let you do that. That's crazy.
so bad. It's so bad. It's so fucking bad. The whole economy of WoW and subsequently WoW Classic is fucked. And then they did the thing with the fresh start WoW Classic worlds,
What does that mean?
where basically the economy they were separated, so like there was no economy, everything was fresh. Except they let you, for some reason, they forgot to make it so you couldn't transfer characters to the new servers.
Okay,
So
well, what's
some
the
guy
point now?
transferred a
Yeah.
character on the first day with like full maxed out raid tier and like 1 million gold, and then just broke the economy, and then they banned him, and he was like, but I didn't do anything wrong. I used your service to transfer my character to one of the servers I was allowed to transfer to. How is that a bannable offense? That's your fault, not mine. Like, he paid money, like real money, to transfer a character, and like in the drop-down list of servers he could transfer to, he picked one and then got banned for it. Just all sorts. Their whole fucking system. Fuck. Wow. I don't know. I could rant about Blizzard for literal hours.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
And it all comes from the fact that I was a Blizzard fanboy for my entire fucking life, and I truly loved their games.
You said you started rating at what, 9?
I was 11 years old when I was rating Molten Core for the first time. And like it just like the reason I'm so full of hate is because I've been a fan for decades, and they have burned me so hard, and I'm like, fuck you guys. Like, so now I am very full of hate for that company. Meanwhile, Square Enix has never burned me. Like, the closest they've ever come to burn me was 13-2 and 10, or 13 Lightning Returns and 10-2.
Oh right, you're a 10-2 hater.
Wasn't it still SquareSoft when 10-2 came out?
I mean, same company.
No, I think they were Square Enix by the time 10 was out.
Yeah, but also same company. Like,
Yeah.
Blizzard's
it's not
Activision
like-
Blizzard now. Like,
I mean, it's not like Square Enix makes nothing but good decisions either.
but they don't make as many bad ones. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't finished it yet, so I can't quite say if they absolutely stick the landing. But so far, 16 is so fucking good that I have huge high hopes. If they manage to stick the landing on the ending, I'm excited because I guarantee you it means that Yoshi P and Co. will probably get to make another single-player Final Fantasy sometime down the line. And that's just a good thing,
Next
because
decade.
they've done an incredible job.
They got you that motion blur slider now, and you can really binge it now.
I'm so fucking happy. It's such a massive difference.
Finishing it won't be an issue for you now.
Also, it took them, what, 2 weeks to do that? That's a pretty hefty thing to patch into a game in 2 weeks. Like, I'm impressed that they got it as quick as they did. I thought it was going to be long. All right.
Yeah.
I'm ending stream. Have a good night, everybody.